Hello everybody, welcome to the day ahead analysis for April 21st. Happy 420 to everybody that celebrates. So we can get into this day ahead analysis here. It's gonna be pretty quick. I think it's the same thing that we talked about in the week ahead analysis yesterday. We still are above that 26,400 level as key support. We are into some monthly resistance. This whole zone on the weekly is technically resistance from the extension to that core DML. But in order for us to be really bearish here, we have to be, we need that 26,400 level to break. And as of now on the daily chart, it doesn't look like it's going to. I mean, we have a good bit of support right here. Congestion, extension, zone of support down there by that 26,400 level. So, be very cautious going into tomorrow. I'm gonna see what overnight session does. If we are kind of hovering around this area, we'll be able to tell pretty quickly off the open if we want to continue to drive, maybe fish for these previous highs, push up in that extension. We could be pushing up to the quarterly extension, who knows? But as of right now, with all the war talks and the back and forth that's going on, I'm being very cautious with what I'm doing. I didn't take any trades today, partially because I slept in a little bit, trying to get some sleep from a long weekend. But when I checked the price action around 10:30, it was not what we wanted. So I think for NQ and ES, I'm going to be sticking with the bullish bias, but being still very cautious. Want good setups into good higher time period support. So that's NQ. I'm sure ES is the same thing. We can get into gold real quick. All right, so with gold, it's a pretty strong move off that extension on the daily. I would be a buyer of this market, even though it's not the best daily pattern. A little bit of congestion action, so I would assume it wants to go up here and retest around 48.95, somewhere around there. Even the 48.85, somewhere in that area. I think it wants to continue to cycle back up there, and then we can reassess. It's kind of just, the same thing as NQ. It's just slowly grinding up. A little bit more of a form congestion range on gold here. You can set it out like this, all that. But based on the weekly chart and the daily chart, it looks like we want to favor the bullish side here. The monthly chart doesn't look the best, but I think all these markets, the main consensus is just going to be cautious with the war going on here too. It's just anything can happen. A tweet can move the market 1,000 points. We've seen it before, so continue to be cautious. Bonds look strong. It looks like I'm going to be a buyer of bonds right now. We're in this monthly pocket, held those extensions. Weekly looks to be having a nice continuation move off that low. It's not rocketing it up, it's grinding higher, so anything can happen. We could get a break and selling is happening, so it just takes one missile strike for all it to happen. So during times like this, be very, very cautious. What else can we cover here? Do Bitcoin. There it is. I didn't know I had Bitcoin there. Got my Modelo with me. It's the first time I've loaded up Bitcoin, so it could take a little bit. If it takes forever, I'm just going to call it. NQ, ES, still very cautious, but I'm personally going to stick with the bullish side. I would love to see some more volatility in these markets. In order for me to put some risk on. I have funded accounts that I have available to trade. Just took a payout on one, and I got one passed. So I have some available. I'm just not looking for big moves. It's 50 points here. I held one for like 45 minutes the other day, 30 minutes, whatever it was, and it was 100 points. Like, it's just how the market's been. It was not easy to hold that thing the whole time, I'll tell you what. Looking at Bitcoin, that's a pretty good recovery from today after trying to get initial push down. Pretty good move off that daily true average on the weekly. As of now, it looks like it wants to continue to cycle back up. We could be fishing for this monthly extension up in this area. Might not go up and tag it, but we want to go up there and go for it. And a trend run up on the weekly. So I'd be a buyer of Bitcoin right now. So that's pretty much all I got. I'll see everybody tomorrow in the trading chat. Hope everybody has a good rest of their night and a good trading week this week. Proceed with caution, okay? All right, everybody. See ya.